I know, I'm sort of late to this one. Well, if you look at the last time I posted something here, that was like over a month ago, so I'm kinda late to everything really. But this one in particular I'm late to because I told myself that I wasn't going to do it. I told myself that I should just keep working on the 2 to 3 videos that I originally had in mind. But at the same time, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. So here I am with my own one musical scene video. However, before I start, I would like to say a huge thank you to Nando for still keeping this one particular scene video very much alive to this day, because it not only brings a lot of creators together to talk about one specific thing and why they love it so much, but it also ends up giving small creators like myself a little bit of spotlight and awareness to newer audiences. My very first video that got a little bit of attention at the time was my video on one villainous scene. And that's how I also got to meet other smaller creators like myself. I was also planning to make a video on one excellent scene as well, but it was kind of late already to do that one. And since I have something to say on this one, I didn't want to be very late on it as well. So CowBoy Bebop is personally one of my favorite anime that I've watched, and I was hoping to talk about it one day and express just how good the series really is. I was basically planning on giving my own analysis on the series, but the little problem I had was that so many other creators had covered CowBoy Bebop in such great detail that honestly I don't think there's anything new that I could have said about it. But now, thanks to this one musical scene, I have a very rare opportunity to not only talk about one of my favorite animes, but my personal favorite episode of the series, which is episode 24, Hard Luck Woman. The episode that forever drilled CowBoy Bebop into my head as one of the greatest animes ever made. And I want to talk about why. So I'll start by giving a brief summary of the episode, and then I'll go from there to talk about the specific musical scene. The episode kicks off with Faye and Ed going to Earth to find out a little bit more about Faye's past and where she's originally from. Then they progress to meet Ed's past friends and guardian. The guardian then tells Ed that her father came in looking for her. And while Faye was shocked about the whole situation of Ed having a dad, the guardian responds by saying a line that kind of quickly defines the entire episode. And then right after a few extra scenes, we cut to one where Faye meets an elderly woman who turns out to be an old friend of hers from high school. And the woman was trying to reminisce about their high school graduation. But the thing is, Faye doesn't actually remember it because of the incident that happened to her in her life. Faye thinks of herself as a ghost from the past because she can't seem to remember the elderly woman and her graduation. And because of this, she can't try to cherish those moments of her life. She chooses to grab Ed and go back home, and we all see just how the encounter with an elderly woman really got to her. The scene gives a really quiet tone of making Faye realize that she has no emotional moments of her life to look back on. No happy or sad moments of her life to cherish, which is in contrast to what Ed's guardian said earlier, which is to cherish whatever ties you have with the people you consider closest to you. Faye in this moment and in the moment with the elderly woman realizes just how empty her life really is. After jumping through a few scenes, Faye finally remembers a little bit of who she is and where her school originally was. And she tried to go to see it, but before she leaves, she apologizes to Spike, which is something she has never done before. And then she tells Ed that she remembers where she belongs, and she advises Ed to also find out where she belongs as well. Ed thought that where she belongs was with her father, but when she finally finds him, he just vanished again and acted like he didn't just see his daughter for the first time in 7 years. And then the school that Faye remembered, that she thought was the place she would finally see some friends of the past and finally belong somewhere, when she finally arrives, it turned out to be a wasteland. Everything has been crumbled and turned to ash, solidifying whatever Faye could have remembered, whatever she could have at least gone back and hold on to, whatever she could have cherished, is all gone to pieces, which shows that she is a lonely character with nothing to look back on, no moments to cherish, and no friends to remember. Then at this moment, a song by Steve Conte called Call Me starts playing, and we get a scene of Ed giving flowers to Spike, putting a goodbye sign on the floor at their door, being skeptical about taking Ayn because Ayn wanted to come with her, but finally choosing to let Ayn tag along as she goes on to have her own adventures and probably find out where she belongs. The last scene is Spike and Jet sitting down and eating as much egg as they could, and Ed and Ayn going on to wherever the winds take them. And the moment where the music starts playing by Steve Conte, that's the musical scene I want to talk about. Now, for the few people that haven't seen the anime, what I just gave here is a cookie cutter version of how the episode actually plays. So I strongly advise you to watch the episode and the whole anime for yourself to get the full context of what it was actually trying to say. So why is this musical scene after Faye realizes that she's truly alone in the world executed perfectly? Why does the musical scene work so well? Why is it hard-hitting and remembered so fondly among fans? And what was the lesson behind the scene? Now, I don't technically know exactly why so many other people like the scene and the episode as a whole in particular, so I can't really speak for everyone. The musical scene taught me to make my own moments in life, be it with friends, relatives, or family, cherish and appreciate those moments with them, and when the time comes to separate from them, because it will eventually come, you have to accept it and move on. You have to understand that the time for parting ways between you and your friend has arrived. Understand that the fact that you might never see them again. You say your goodbyes with a smile and you move on. Because while the time for you guys talking with each other, playing with each other, getting angry towards each other and supporting each other might be over, the moments you have with them, no matter how far they are from you, will always be cherished and appreciated between you guys. They will never be lost and will always be remembered. These memories will always be there for you to cherish forever, because without them, then what really is the point of anything? Without the experiences of our lives and the memories to help us look back and have a smile about those experiences, without the memories of your high school and college years, the memories of your first and best movie experiences, the memories of the happiest moments of your life, and the friends that you ended up sharing those moments with. Without these memories, we end up just being a shell going through the times, but with nothing to hold on to. We end up in the same tragic shoes as Faye Valentine. This scene and episode overall is a lesson to appreciate the friends you have and cherish the moments you're currently making with them. Because one day, maybe because of destiny, life, situations, or time, they will eventually leave in the end. And when that time comes, this episode tells us that we shouldn't be angry about it, but instead be ready to say goodbye, because while we may never see them again, the memories and moments that we had with them will be with us to cherish forever. It's a pretty sad and emotional musical scene about loneliness, but it also helps to remind us why the memories and moments that we share and hold on to are the most precious things that we could ever have. This scene, carried together with Steve Conte's music, has had a much lasting impact in my life till this day. And that's why it's my musical scene that I wanted to share today. But enough about me. Let me know what your musical scene is. Feel free to make a video and send it to Nando so that he could add it to the One Musical Scene playlist, or you can tell me and share in the comments. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.